approximately 5:41 p.m. on March the 15th of 2025. We got our last order from Hellbenders Burritos. Now, before you click away from the video, probably every single person watching this video probably doesn't even know what the hell this is, let alone what kind of animal that even is, let alone the restaurant, where it's located at, and all that jazz. So, totally irrelevant. The point of me making this video is just for me to air out kind of my feelings and kind of how I felt from the car ride from picking up the burritos to coming back home and now digesting seemingly like 2 pounds of tortilla and ingredients stuffed within the burrito, within about a $10 burrito. But again, before you click away from the video, I just have like thoughts about, as you can tell from the title, maybe even the thumbnail, feelings of nostalgia, adapting to change, time waits for nobody, and maybe even like feelings of gentrification. I don't know if I'm using that word correctly. Just in general, as a history lesson, first off, what the hell is Hellbenders? First off, it is a restaurant, a singly owned restaurant in Tucker County, West Virginia, specifically Davis, West Virginia. It's about a half hour away from where we live, and spoiler alert, I never really gave a crap about the restaurant most of my life. So it makes you wonder, why am I making this video? Why am I making a video about a restaurant that I never cared about and seemingly I have strong feelings for now? Great question, and hopefully by the time I'm expressing my unscripted thoughts across into this video, maybe it'll all make sense to me, and maybe you watching this video will kind of feel similarly. Not the restaurant specifically, but maybe in other aspects of your life or in your local community. But yes, Hellbenders Burrito is, to my knowledge, has been around ever since, as far as I can remember. I'm almost 25 years old. Our community is very tourism-based economy. So there are ski slopes, there's a golf course, there's tons of bars, tons of freaking bars, and tons of restaurants, or a handful of restaurants. But for the most part, all of them are copy and paste in terms of their appeal and what they offer, except for one. This little orange guy right here. Burritos. Burritos is their specialty, obviously. Their mascot is a Hellbender, which is like again, I don't know exactly what a Hellbender is. I guess some sort of salamander that I think is not quite extinct, but is teetering on the edge of extinction. It's definitely endangered, I believe. I'll fact check myself as I'm editing this video. In general, the restaurant's been around for a very long time, probably well beyond what I know. And seemingly as of today, as of around 5:41, we got one of the last burritos from Hellbenders, because they shortly sold out. As of today, they are closed. The owners said that they're giving it up. They're not going to pursue keeping the business open any longer, and end of story, I guess. But the general thesis, because I don't want to, I'm already dragging this video way too long. Like, mind you, like, why I'm sad that it's gone is because it's sort of like the beacon of things to come. It's sort of a sign of things to come. It's a sign of things to come. Change is natural in any community, in any area, clearly any country, you name it. Even in your own personal lives, we gotta change. Seeing a staple business, a staple restaurant like Hellbenders leave the community, it just feels weird, and it makes me feel nostalgic for it, even though I've maybe only ate there I could probably count on one hand how many times I've actually ate there. So it makes you wonder, why do I feel this way? Why do I feel such a strong connection? Why do I feel such a strong connection to this restaurant, even though I've hardly had any feelings for it my entire life? And so I'm trying to theorize. I think I have a thesis as to why I feel this way, and it kind of shapes my way of thinking going forward, for how I want to live my life and how I think a lot of people should live their lives. It's going to sound like just rambling at this point, so I apologize. But basically, my thesis in a nutshell is time waits for no one and clearly waits for nothing, including a business like this. Now, mind you, they didn't have any financial hardships to my knowledge. They were always busy. The prices were all like super affordable. I'll put a menu up here and you can see their prices. Say their prices on average are like $10 to $15 a person. And it's just for personal, familial reasons, to my knowledge, why they stopped the business. It's become cumbersome to upkeep it. And I think the biggest reason why, and again, it's just talk on the street at this point, why, but I believe the biggest reason is because of family. They want to spend more time with family. Which, again, coming back, my brain is a spaghetti mess of thoughts and opinions of Hellbenders closure. My thesis is, if you could just boil it down, things that you seemingly are dismissive of, or you drive past it daily like I did, or whenever I was on the school bus, always going past this business, multiple times a day. Things that are just seemingly in the background, or things you almost take advantage of. I don't even know if that's the right way of framing it. Things you take for granted, whether that be family, friends, small businesses, your environment, just things like that. That isn't guaranteed, as I've come to realize. Like that burrito I just ate just like a little bit ago, that very well will be the last original Hellbenders burrito I'll ever eat. And yeah, don't get me wrong, it was delicious and it was great. And I've maybe ate there again handful amount of times. But that's kind of a scary thought, to think that things that seemingly are static and will be around, forever. No, that's not true. That's not true at all. Things are constantly changing. So my takeaway, and I hope I take away, if you're still watching this video at this point, is don't take things for granted. Don't take, especially people, don't take people for granted. Our time is finite, and enjoy things when they're around. Enjoy people when they're around. Enjoy connections as they last, and cherish those memories as best as you can, because nothing's guaranteed. Tomorrow isn't guaranteed, and the things you've experienced, they could be gone by tomorrow. And I think the saddest thing about all this is like, maybe it would hit different if there was like an actual advertised closure of Hellbenders, but no. Like, if you go to their Facebook, like, they made an announcement like probably close to a year ago at this point, that they were interested in selling the business. They were done. They were ready to move on and with their lives, and move on to the next chapter in their lives, essentially. But they did say that they were going to keep their business operational, and things were going to change, at least for the immediate future. So I think it hits harder knowing that there was no proper ending. There was no official announcement saying, hey, this is our last day, this is our last couple of weeks. The only reason we knew today was our last day, or supposed last day, was by word of mouth, which kind of makes sense. You don't want like a mad dash panic of people panic buying burritos from a freaking salamander or a hellbender. I don't know. It doesn't sit right with me knowing that. And again, not throwing shade to the business owners or or all that. It's just to it just fits with my narrative of my thesis of nothing is guaranteed, and you should cherish and enjoy and go out and explore things that I seemingly and passively ignored for so long. When in reality, it was great. For the longest time, I've always thought Hellbenders was like touristy. Their food wasn't the greatest. In reality, no, the food was actually really good. Once I actually got around to eating it, and in fact, no, all my stereotypes that I had in my head of this tourist trappy restaurant was totally wrong. And in fact, I would say that the restaurant was pro local. It was rooted in localism, if that's even a word. It's a shame that it took me such a long time to realize that. Up until its closure, I just dismissed it as just a tourist trap restaurant with a cute mascot, just to drive sales. Now, with my experiences and what I know now, that's not my impression of it at all. Going forward, I want to explore more of what's to offer when it comes up, not just locally, but in my travels, in my day-to-day life, because nothing is guaranteed. Something that's offered to you today may not be offered to you tomorrow or the next week or a month now or a year from now. So that is my thesis or rant or ramble, whatever the hell you want to call this. I encourage you to listen to this stranger from West Virginia, don't take opportunities for granted. Enjoy life. Enjoy this small slice of life that each of us have, and explore the little things and enjoy the little things, whether that be a burrito from a Hellbender. But yeah, I think that just kind of wraps up all my feelings. But let me know what you guys think. Do you guys have any similar experiences in your neck of the woods, or local communities, or even in the world as a whole that you guys feel similar about? But it took me this long. It took a closure of a burrito shop for me to sit down and make a video about these thoughts going around in my head. But yes, I think that kind of wraps it up. Thank you for watching. If you made it this far, probably very few of you, and nobody at all. And yeah, I appreciate it. Yeah, I don't know how to end this. Support small businesses. I don't know. Peace out.